Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Jennifer's Tale, My Life as a Crossdresser. I, of course, am Jennifer, saying welcome to this episode. If you are a crossdresser and you're new to my podcast, welcome. I hope you feel right at home here. I'm a crossdresser, I've been for quite some time, and the goal of my podcast or my video is to make other girls just like me feel that they're not alone. A lot of times, I know when I first started out dressing up as Jen, I felt like I was the only one in the world who felt this way, that I had the urge, the desire to dress as a woman. And I want you to know that you're not alone out there. You know, there's plenty of other girls just like me. And if you look at my other episodes, like I said, if you're new to this podcast, check out previous episodes. If you take a look, there's plenty of other episodes where I talk about, my experiences, my thoughts, my hopes, dreams, desires, all that stuff. And you'll probably find some stuff that maybe will help teach you some things, maybe stuff that you'll go, I feel exactly the way you do. And I hope you enjoy. Please do me a favor though, right below my boobs here, below my cleavage, subscribe to my podcast so that way you don't miss a new episode whenever they come out. And for those of you who are listening through your ears as an audio podcast, I hope you enjoy this episode as well. And everything that I just said definitely applies to you as well. If you just stumbled upon this podcast, please do me a favor and subscribe. I promise you, you will find stuff in this podcast that you will enjoy, whether it be this episode or previous episodes. You can check out my back catalog. There's plenty of listening material there for you, including this episode. So let's get into this episode. And today, this episode is titled, How Much is Too Much? Now, over the past week, I've had some discussions, for lack of a better term, with my wife because she was worried about the amount of dressing that I've been doing lately. Now, to give you some context, way back in the day when, I first came out to my wife and told her that dressing up as a woman is something I enjoyed, I said that I did it occasionally, from time to time. And she was okay with that. Well, as time has progressed, and especially as I've come to embrace my cross-dressing more over the past few years, I've been dressing more often, more than just once a year or a couple times a year or every few months. I first started doing it, kind of once a month. And then I thought, I know other girls out there like Savannah Hawk from the Fox and Phoenix podcast. She has her Savannah Sundays, so she does it like once a week. And to me, my thought was, I don't think once a week is excessive. I think being able to have some time to yourself to do whatever you want once a week is not a bad thing. Whether it's time to sit and read a book for a while, or maybe go to a movie, maybe go get tanning, whatever, just some you personal care time. And for me, dressing up as Jennifer, I consider it personal care time. It allows me to forget about all my male problems, forget about the wife, the kids, work, everything, and just be my feminine self and enjoy being a woman, going out, maybe grabbing lunch or grabbing a coffee. And I think there's lots of girls out there that feel that same way. And I think if I would take kind of a survey, a lot of you out there probably do this like once a week. And I didn't think that was a big deal. Well, my wife, I had dressed once already this week, not counting today. I dressed midweek because I had the day off and I hadn't done it for like a week or a week and a half. And when she came home, she noticed my hairbrush in the bathroom, which caused her to ask, whose brush is this? And I fessed up. I said, it's mine, I'll grab it. And that kind of led into a discussion about how often I dress. Because she reverted back to way back in the day when I said that I would dress occasionally, just from time to time, once every few months is what she said. And now I seem to be doing it more often, like once a week or twice a week. And she started breaking down, saying, next thing you know, you're going to want to do this more times, and eventually you're going to want to do it every day. And that's not what I signed up for. I signed up for being married to my husband, not to a woman, blah, blah, blah. So trying to quell her fears, I said, I don't think dressing once a week is excessive, because I don't. I honestly think that having a 1 day a week or even half a day to have some me time is quite all right. And I tried to explain that to her too. She has a thing that she likes to do, kind of a hobby that she likes to do, and she usually does it once a week. And I was like, you do that once a week, it's the exact same thing as what I do. And her response was, well, what I do doesn't affect how you feel about me, but what you are doing by dressing up as a woman affects how I feel about you. And I really didn't know where to go from that, because I know that my dressing, although, like I said, she totally understands and accepts it. She knows why I do it. She's understanding. She knows I want to express my feminine side. But it's hard for her to totally grasp that I'm still the guy that she's married to and has been married to for all these years, that I'm not going to change my sex, I'm not going to transition. And it's hard to get around that, I guess. So kind of getting back on topic, though, I want to talk about how often do you dress? It's a question I would like some answers to. I'm kind of doing an informal survey. I would like to know, how often do you dress out there? I know I've talked to girls that only get to dress like once or twice a year. There's some girls like me who dress once a week. I know there's some girls out there who dress multiple times a week. And some of those girls are single, some are married, some have very understanding wives who enjoy having the femme persona around as like their girlfriend that they can go out and do things with. Other people are married to wives who are not understanding, and so they have to kind of do it on the sly and whenever they have free time. There's no real right or wrong answer to this. I guess part of this episode is I want to get some kind of reassurance from people to say, I don't think once a week is that excessive either. Maybe you out there might think that, yes, it is. If it's causing harm to your relationship with your wife, maybe it is too much. One other thing that I wanted to talk about along these lines is, do you find yourself, when you dress, wanting to do it more and more often? When I have a chance, or when I have to go without dressing up as Jen, like for example, over Christmas break when my kids were home all the time, I had to go a couple weeks without dressing as Jen. Now, I had other outlets in which to kind of express myself. I had Facebook to post pictures of myself and chatting with other girls out there. But it's not the same thing as actually getting dressed up and going out and doing things. And as I've embraced my cross-dressing and have been doing it once a week, there are times when I feel like I want to do it more. In fact, this is the second time this week I'm dressed right now, but it's mainly because I wanted to do some videos and do some other stuff, not necessarily go out because it's 8 degrees outside and it's supposed to snow. But I had the urge to dress, just like sometimes I don't have the urge to dress. Sometimes I wake up on a day where I was planning a Jen day and I've done some prep work and stuff, but I get up in the morning and after I go through my morning routine, it's just like, I'm not feeling it today. I have other stuff I would want to do. In fact, that's what happened to me on Tuesday this week. I had the day off and I woke up, I was planning on having a Jen day, and it's like, I have things I want to do as my male self. So I kind of did a 180 and did that instead and dressed on Wednesday. So I know as I've dressed up more and more often, I know I do have the urge to dress more and more often. There's more and more times I want to dress up as Jennifer and leave my male problems behind. And how much is too much? Where is the line? Is there a line that you cross when you dress so much that you're like, maybe I do want to transition. Maybe I would be happier as my femme self all the time. So that's another question I have for you. How much is too much? Is once a week okay? Is twice a week okay? Is once a month okay? I would love to hear feedback from this topic. This is kind of an open-ended discussion. So please send me feedback. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave me a comment. Let me know how often you dress. I'll put together a informal poll and share the results in a later episode. You can, if you're listening on audio, send me an email. Send an email to Jennifer's Tale Podcast, that's all one word, at gmail.com. And you can even just tell me in a sentence, I dress once or twice a week, or I dress once a month, or I'm unfortunate enough to only be able to dress once a year. Just let me know, because like I said, I want to take a poll on this. But also, if you have any just feedback in general, all those rules apply. You can leave a comment here on YouTube, send me an email, leave a comment on my Facebook page when this episode goes up. And I hope to hear from a lot of girls out there, because I'm just really, really curious. So that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy this. I hope this episode finds you well. And until next time, this is Jennifer saying hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.